When I was 14, my grandma passed away. For years, I had been bothering my parents for my own gold necklace. Well, Gram had a little bit of money, and she gave me the $300 for a gold necklace in her will. It was my pride and joy. I had it around my neck for 17 years before I met my wife. It was off my neck maybe 3 times in those 17 years. My wife, then girlfriend, knew how much it meant to me and asked to wear it once. Well, it never came home. She had lost it somewhere, or it had gotten stolen. I was distraught like crazy for 3 or 4 days while we turned our house upside down looking for it. Inevitably, I gave up, but she was very bothered by it all. So I decided to go to a pawn shop and buy the closest I could get to an exact duplicate, and then I told her that I had found the necklace and the couch cushions. To this day, she thinks that I found my necklace from my grandmother, but this is actually version 2. Whenever she's not home, I let the dog onto the bed and take a really comfy nap. I set an alarm for an hour and kick the dog off and clean the fur off before she ever gets home. I've been doing this for nearly 3 years now. That she is far more similar to her mother and sisters than she would want to believe. The wholesome answer, that our youngest son's first word wasn't mama. She was having a busy time at work and already felt guilty about not being home as much. Naturally, he spent most time with me, so his first word was papa. I kept my mouth shut and waited until he said mama, and celebrated that as his first word. That I know the word she's looking for, but it's more fun to hear her rattle off increasingly ridiculous, sometimes made-up words instead. My wife shit while delivering our son, something she was terrified she would do. The nurse cleaned up very quickly and gave me a look that needed no explanation. I never said a word. She talked after delivery about how happy she was that didn't happen to her. I'll let her keep that peace of mind, for life. Our cat didn't break the towel rack. I did. I was pretending to be fighting zombies and grabbed it and ripped the goddamn thing off the wall. I heard her coming to check out the noise and looked down at my cat. She came to the bathroom to me asking my cat, "Why did you think the towel rack could hold your weight, you silly cat?" Sometimes I just sit in my car outside work or our apartment for 20 to 30 minutes because I need some time alone. I have my mind full to the brim at work and rarely get time in the house alone. Sometimes I just need it to be quiet and not have to pay attention to anything. The reason I wasn't hungry that one day in Dublin was because when I stayed behind to get ready while she waited in the lobby, I ate the entire box of leftover chicken wings that we took home from the restaurant the day before. I ate 15 cold, oily chicken wings in about 5 minutes at 9 a.m. before heading out for breakfast. When we were first dating and spent the night at a hotel, I brought some pizza in and started eating it. First thing she did was slap it out of my hand. I looked at her like, WTF. Well, apparently it's not a good idea to eat leftover pizza that's been in a car overnight and in 100-degree weather during the morning. I've done lots of stuff like that before because I have a cast iron stomach and never once gotten sick. But you should have seen the look of horror upon her face from me eating leftover trunk pizza. I dropped the diaper rash cream container on our daughter's head when she was like 8 days old. She let out this scream that still haunts me. When he came in the room to see what happened, I lied and said I just dropped the lid on her. When I play video games and my wife isn't here, I narrate what I do and respond to fake questions from a non-existent chat like I'm some kind of big shot streamer. I even look at a fake camera when something happened lol. Her cooking isn't very nice. I'm not cooking because I try to be nice. I cook because I want to eat something that doesn't taste like I'm rimming a feral raccoon with explosive diarrhea. Sorry honey, but you might need to learn how to cook if you want to cook. 15 years ago, I had a new medication that did not mix well with alcohol. I had a party with friends, we decided to go out in town. Next thing I remember, I woke up in a cell at the police station, stripped down to my undies. It turned out I took a taxi. Instead of going home, I went to my mother's street. Apparently, I was lucid enough to remember her street, but not her house, and ended up in her neighbor's backyard doing enough noise to wake him up. In the end, I got a $400 fine and a tremendous amount of shame. When my girlfriend and I go out to eat at a restaurant, they will sometimes let us order food through our phones at the table. I'll insist on ordering because it lets me write in their special instructions box where I request if they could compliment her outfit. Honestly, I think I get just as much enjoyment seeing her reaction. I can never let her know. One time we had half a container of ice cream left. I had a craving. I ate a bowl, then another. Then I decided to finish the tub to destroy the evidence. Then I realized she would notice that there was no ice cream left. So I went to the store, bought another tub, and then ate that one down to the same level. This was a gallon tub,